everyone, it's Nikki Benedetti. This is a little video for all the students at MIST and anybody else who wants to watch. I am here with Elodie, who has just recently got the leader position of National Youth Orchestra of Great Britain, so we're very privileged to have her here. We've just finished a whole morning of playing with the students, and what we wanted to do was to give a little demonstration of some of the basic technical physical things that we've been talking about. Yeah, right. Okay, so I'm going to use Elodie as a little bit of a guinea pig. So what we're going to do first of all, one thing that we've been talking about is the importance of just standing strong, right?
Yeah.
So when you're playing, you're aware of your legs, right?
Yeah, quite grounded.
Grounded, exactly. So grounded, kind of, we've been talking about the like imagining a tree with its roots, that you're not just kind of like floating around too much, but that you have that solid base. The next thing we've been talking about are shoulders. Okay. So a lot of the time I see kids playing their instruments, especially string instruments, and the shoulders start to creep up. So for our shoulders to be relaxed, that's a good thing to do. Lift them up first and then relax them down. Okay, so we're just going to go through a couple of basic kind of setup routines. So the first is, if you could just show me, without the violin, it's like you're airplane. So you can show me just going from here to lifting up into a playing position. Okay. And then how your fingers feel in that play. Okay, so the way you're doing it now, the only thing that I would say could be different is that you bring the thumb as if you're holding onto the instrument. Exactly. So back down to this, and I want everybody just to follow me as we're doing it. Okay, so relaxed, then lifting up into a playing position. Yeah. And you can do that several times. It's just to try to get the most natural feeling as possible. Okay, so I would do that for a little bit longer than I'm currently doing it, but we just want to get through these quite quickly. So if we take the violin, leave the bow seated down safely, and try to remember that feeling. So remember the feeling of that being very, very relaxed, and then we just want to bring the violin up. And don't bring the shoulder to the violin. You want the violin, the shoulder to stay nice and relaxed.
Okay, so
yeah. So the shoulder nice and relaxed, and that's going to be like this. And then one of the things that I've been doing is see how this hand is just sitting in. That's how Elodie naturally lifted up the instrument, because she understands that when you're pretty much in third position, it's where this part of the instrument joins the neck. That's where the hand has a very natural position and a natural fit. So when you're like that, nothing's sticking out, nothing is kind of in an awkward position. It's a very natural position. So if you just, exactly, so that's what you did naturally. So here, what I've been demonstrating is if you bring your elbow more this way, her fingers naturally fall towards the G string. Let's go this way. Naturally fall towards the G string. If you bring the elbow back down this way, they naturally fall towards the E string. So using your whole arm and your elbow to help you get around the violin is one of the first important lessons to learn. So we're all this time in roughly third position, but don't worry about being too accurate or specific with it. You want this to be as comfortable as possible, and your shoulder to be as comfortable as possible. So Elodie, can you just, on every string, just like kind of do up and down, just all four fingers, and then do it on the A string, then do it on the D string, and then the G string. And you'll see how she kind of adjusts everything along the way. I don't know if you can zoom in on her hand a little bit. And what I would encourage, actually, I wouldn't ever say to practice in front of the mirror that much, but I would encourage, like, you can see Elodie's hand, show it again. You can see what that looks like. It's got like a natural curve. It doesn't look angular, it doesn't look awkward, it looks really natural. So I would look at that and then take your instrument, stand in front of the mirror and do the same thing. Just copy every single part of that and make sure that the hand doesn't look unnatural. And the way to do that is look at how your hand looks when it's just like falling by your side. And when you bring that up, it should be the same kind of thing. So nothing tense or sticking out or uncomfortable. So that's left hand. Okay, so then the next progression is to go from third position down to first position. We could go to the A string first, and we're just going to do one finger at a time. So the A string, and I've been telling them to kind of wave, and then, so if I'm to take the bow and show you, what I'm actually doing, the next one is going to be, the next one, or you can do them with semitones. It's more the feeling than the specifics that's important. And then, okay, so if you can just do that without your bow.
Okay. So
just first finger first, yeah. Okay, you might not be able to hear it there, but what I want to keep going, what I want you to be able to hear is that finger not tense pushing down on the string, but just dropping down on the string. So you want to hear that nice bounce. Now put the first finger down and hold it down, and let's go into the second finger. That's it. So you see how our finger's nice and relaxed? All of these fingers are like jelly. Like I can go like that and there's nothing resisting me at all. So that's really, really relaxed. And then put this first and second finger down, so that's your anchor. And then let's do the same with the third finger. And now the same with all three fingers down, and then fourth finger. That's it. Now Elodie's got really good, strong fingers, much better and stronger than mine. So they're like a little hammer, exactly. So that's the kind of, and then you can do the same going back the way. So you start with all four fingers down, and then what we're going to do is lift up the fourth finger and back down. Up the fourth finger and back down. And what I want you to focus on when you're going back down is lifting. Lifting. Again, try not to feel tense. Try to feel really relaxed. Don't worry about being in tune. Don't worry about being too accurate. I want you to focus on a relaxed feeling. So lift up, up. That's it. It's not that easy, is it? So up, active, active, active. And then same, so now we're just going to have three fingers down and the same thing. So up, 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 up. Exactly. And then second finger, up, up. That's it. And now first finger. Okay, so the reason for doing that is you're trying to organize your left hand and you're trying to create four independent fingers. I want you to think about those two things. You're trying to organize your left hand so it feels in a natural position, and all of those things matter for that natural position. If your violin is down here and your elbow's out there, you're going to have to be going from here all the way round like that in order to be able to play properly. Whereas if your hand is in a position where all you have to do is drop the fingers, your fingers are going to be much, much stronger. So every single part of this process matters. Okay, so that's the left hand. Now we're going to just do a very simple thing with the right hand. So if we put the instrument down,
okay,
and pick up the bow. Okay. So obviously you're all holding the bow with your right hand, but what I want you to do is the opposite. I want you to hold the stick of the bow with the left hand.
okay. Like that.
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna be guinea pig again. Okay, so if you face me a little bit, okay, so kind of like that. And what I want you to do is not hold the bow yet, so just relax this arm as much as possible. Ideally, if you have a really nice sibling, or one of your parents, or just a nice friend, this is what they will do this for you. So what I'm trying to do is get Elodie to trust me and let me hold her arm. Which is not that easy to do, which means if I let go of her arm, that's what should happen. Okay, now that looks like such a simple thing because it's somebody just relaxing their arm, but the minute you start thinking about trying to relax your arm, it becomes much, much harder. So let's do that again. So I'm just holding your arm, I'm just trying to get her to relax it, and then I drop it, and it's relaxed. So that is the ultimate state your arm should be in. The reason why is that your arm has all kinds of natural weight. There are lots of bones in there. It's going to be heavy. And in order to create a good sound, you actually want to use the natural weight of your arm, which starts from up here, goes all the way through your shoulder, through your arm, through your elbow, all the way to your fingers. You want to use that natural weight to be able to create sound in your instrument. You don't want to be tense. You don't want to be grabbing hold of the bow like a claw. You don't want your shoulder to be high. You don't want anything uncomfortable like that. Okay, so we're going to go from this position, relaxed arm. Then what I want you to do is lead with the elbow. You can keep that actually. So lead with the elbow and just bring up your hand. Exactly. Okay, so you can all see there's just a nice natural curve. The wrist isn't sticking out like that. The wrist isn't all bent like that. It's just natural. And then rather than going to grab the bow, what I want you to do is keep that nice natural position and pay attention to everything. So it's not like this, it's not like that. It's just a natural kind of, as if you're putting your arm on the chair of the arm of a chair, on the arm of a chair, as if you're just settling it down. So if you have an armchair in your house, go and sit in it. Just go and sit in the armchair and just relax, and that's how you should feel with the bow. Okay, so what I want you to do is have that position and bring the bow to your hand. So nothing changes in the hand. Just slip the bow in there. That's it. Now we want to, the pinky sits on top, right?
Yeah.
The pinky sits on top, and the thumb slots into that place, and it's going to be slightly bent. Exactly. So that can be a good thing to do actually. So you're like this, you bring the bow to the hand, bend the thumb and the pinky, and you can turn it all the way around. That's it, and back again. Now one thing I want you to try to do is take the stick and push the stick up, which will kind of collapse the fingers a little bit, and then push it back down again. Then up, then back down again. I'm going to just do that with Elodie.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so keep this extremely relaxed.
Yeah.
And actually, I'll hold the stick.
Okay.
So just follow me. So the fingers should follow the stick rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
And what that does is gives you the assurance that your fingers are flexible. They're not. Well, the minute you pick up a bow, they shouldn't suddenly become completely inflexible as if they have no joints and they've turned into some kind of horrible claw. You don't want that. You want them to stay, so if we just do it together. So you pull up the stick, and it's just to feel that kind of flexibility. And ideally, after you've done that, so it should be kind of like you're waving like this.
Like that?
Yeah,
Hi.
perfect, hi, exactly. So after you've done that, ideally, what you want to do is just experiment with that. And that, you don't have to make any sound. Do you want to join me doing that? So you're basically just feeling your way around the strings and I want you to feel at this point, like the bow, the hand, the bow itself, the hair on the bow, everything is just sitting on top of the string. Not that you're holding it. You should feel very comfortable in this moment. You feel like you're able to go, and that movement should be very, very relaxed. And there we have the setup of how to play the violin. And it gets much more complicated after that, but that is more than enough information for now. So all the kids of the MIST program, I want you to do that every single time you pick up your instrument. Maybe. Thank you. Bye.